If you've got the Sims 4 Jungle Adventure Game Pack and want to know the basics on exploring the jungle, then you've come to the right place. First things first, and that's how the hell does one get there? You want to use your Sims phone to book a vacation and then choose your destination as Selvadorada. Then choose your accommodation. Now, most of the lots are a little bit expensive per day. If you've got limitless money, choose whatever you want. But Hillview Hideaway is quite cheap, but just 226 simoleons per night, so that's a good option if you don't have much money. If you can afford it, the more expensive accommodation is nice and will land you a little bit closer to key spots, but it's really not necessary if you can't afford it. When choosing the duration of the stay, I would recommend at least 3 days for your first trip, but know that at any point during your trip, you can use your phone to extend your stay or leave early if you're hating life there. Note that you'll be given a few supplies, including a machete, very important, upon arrival. Alrighty, you've landed in your accommodation. First thing I suggest doing is heading to the marketplace, which you can get by traveling to the Cantina El Arbor del Jaguar, hope I said that right, lot. While you can level your Salvadorian culture skill by chatting to locals and eating local food here, you can also buy supplies from the market stalls. Stock up on supplies, which include grilled cheese ready to eat, which is a food that never goes off, liquid rush that increases your energy, waterfalls in a bottle that can replenish hygiene, as well as a range of random items like Drake's Fire Quencher, Fire Foam, Plasma Bat Bait, Guzmina Polenis Flower, to name a few. Gosh, they were hard to pronounce. Whoever named them in The Sims 4 just decided, we're going to make this really hard. I suggest picking up what's on offer if you have the money, because these can come in handy on your adventures. Also, keep a special lookout for machetes, which are the most important piece of equipment and can be lost while exploring the jungle. If you're strapped for cash, then just focus on looking for machetes. Alright, so you're in Selvadorada, you're looking hot, you've got your supplies, and it's time to actually begin your jungle adventure. To do this, travel to the Belomisa trailhead, which is where the entry to the jungle is. You'll see there's a door barred by vines. You can use your hands, but it will make your Sims uncomfortable, and eventually they'll be too uncomfortable to continue, so don't do that. Use your machete all the way. Machete yay, hands nay. Once you've cut your way through the vines, there'll be a text-based journey. These happen for the first time you go through an area in a visit, but subsequent movements through the gate on the same vacation will see you progress automatically without a text journey. Now, items can come in handy to increase the success rate on these journeys, and definitely use items if you have them for this purpose. If you don't have the item, I still suggest choosing the riskier option that will give you a chance of getting a collectible or a positive moodlet of sorts. Just be wary that you might fail and receive a negative moodlet. Overall, I think it's worth giving it a go. After this, you'll appear on the other side of the gate, and for the rest of your stay, you can travel between those two gates instantly. While on the adventure, you can also be attacked randomly by nature. From bats to bees, fireflies to lightning bugs, and a whole assortment of wildlife. Items in the marketplace often correlate to a threat, and if you have them on hand, they'll be immediately consumed to save you from that threat. If you don't have them, you'll be hit with a negative buff or sometimes a needs decay. Another way to prevent this is to train the Salvadorian culture skill, which at level 5 grants your sim access to the local secrets to avoid fireflies and lightning bugs, which, we don't love. There's also the archaeology skill. During your adventure, you'll find excavation sites which can uncover various treasures, including artifacts and relics. Excavating, as well as exploring temples, which we'll get into later, can help level up your archaeology skill. It's a good idea to have your sim buy an archaeology workbench at home to analyze and authenticate their finds upon returning home from their adventure. Another thing to look out for when exploring the jungle is that you'll likely come across a tree of emotions here or there. If you see one, harvest it, because the berries can come in handy later on when exploring the temple. Speaking of the temple, eventually, while exploring, you will find it. Now, the temple layout is randomized, but what's required to actually get through the temple and reach the treasure chest is the same for everyone. There will be various mechanisms which you can examine. Examining a mechanism will provide an insight into its options, either giving it a red thumbs down, revealing it's the wrong option, a question mark means you're not too sure, could go either way, or a green thumbs up means it's found to be the correct option. There are often multiple mechanisms per area, and you may have to guess if you can't find the green thumbs up. Picking the correct option will see you proceed, while the wrong option will see a negative moodlet, a depleted need, or worse, a curse or poisoning effect to your sim. It's a bit of a risk it for the biscuit moment, but that's what we do in pursuit of treasure. One mechanism in particular is an emotional pressure plate. This is where the berries from the tree of emotion come into play. You can't simply click an option here. you must be in the correct mood to trigger the plate, and eating the relevant emotion berry is what can instantly put you in that mood. I find it's best to leave these to last because they're the most tedious trap to deal with, but you may find yourself needing to use it to progress. Eventually, you will reach the treasure chest at the end, and you can open it for some hefty loot. From relics to artifacts and a few thousand simoleons, your sim will be rolling in it. Alas, that is all the basics to exploring the jungle and temples in The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed or found that helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Have an amazing day. See you later.